Right, we're live. Let me tag it in the thing. We're live now. There's only one of me. I think I'm schizophrenic. Right. I'm live now. Alrighty. Rightio. Hello, Real Smurf. Starch. Dad. Let me get chat up. There we go. Right, so I'm going to be testing fixing all these minor annoyances that have been in the game. So let's do it in career mode. So top 12%, that's good. I don't have to use any of my skip days. Let's keep difficulty easy. Keep hunts on. Yeah, let's just go chase. So the things which I've changed in this are, one second, there's some overlays on there. So you tab it first. No, it's whenever. So I've got the game on one screen, and then I've got like YouTube up on the other screen, so I can read the chat. So if I Alt and Tab to change anything on the browser, the game pauses. So the things I've fixed, or at least I hope I fixed. That's the whole point of this stream, is to test them. Is the truck being unstable at high speed. So we'll just test that quickly now. It seems really dark already in the game. About 21st of March. So let's just get the speed right up. So the thing I was making unstable is if you do like quick side-to-side movements. But see, like I really had to push it there to try and make it unstable. Like just normal side-to-side movements while you're driving are fine. You can purposely try and break grip. If you just let off the gas for a second, you can recover. So let's see if I can get it drifting again. Yeah, if you just let off the gas and then put it on again, you can easily recover. Let's try. You got a bit of a power slide there. And can we do that 180 thing? Yeah. So I say it's more stable. There's still, if you're not paying attention, just like in a real vehicle, to be fair, if you drive a Jeep Honcho at 100 miles an hour and just start slamming the steering wheel left and right, you will lose control. If you just let off the gas and then put your foot down again, yeah, you can regain control quite easily. Now, I know somebody who's actually driven a Jeep Honcho and they said it's terrifying on like freeways, and they said they would never even dream of driving at speed off-road in a ditch. So yeah, don't believe everything you see in the movie Twister. Surprisingly, it's not all realistic. Driving a truck from the 80s off-road at 60 miles an hour. We've got our wall cloud there. Right, so that was one of the changes. The other one is the nav map. So as you can see, it's zoomed in, so I can zoom in a bit there. Then previously what would happen is if I opened this, it would be zoomed in like that. And then I'd have to zoom out, and then when I'd minimize it again, this would be zoomed out, and I'd have to zoom in again. You see, it pretty much keeps the same image size. It's more of a crop effect now, so it's like cropping it rather than maintaining the exact. So it is actually changing the zoom level, but to maintain the same image size, so you don't have to keep adjusting the zoom. I feel like we're missing out on the tornado. Right, where is it? Let's just plan a path to there. Let's follow this east. Follow it around, and then we'll find a good north-south road. The other thing, let me just show off quickly, is getting in and out of the truck. So look, you can be looking at this, but if you stand next to the door, like, you pretty much have to be looking at it, and it has to be unblocked. So just stand next to the door like normal. Even if you're just looking at it, you can still press X to get it in and out. Like, you can hold right trigger to drag it, but you can get in and out easily. Plus, you could even be standing like here. Can you get in from even back here? Maybe not from back here. But you just need to be standing next to the truck and not looking directly at the probe now to get in and out. And also change it for the sirens as well. So you'd no longer have to, like, I guess, abandon your game if you park inside the collider zone. I made the collider zone was like 5 square meters, which was quite huge. You could fit the whole truck in there. Now it's like 2 meters by 2 meters, so you have to really try and park closely to it. Like I just showed, you can still get back in the truck. You just need to stand a little bit away from the siren. Hello, got a couple of new people in the chat. So I don't know how to pronounce your username, but it ends in 4446. And the other person, I also don't know how to pronounce because it's just random letters, and then 67. Hello. Right, now let's do some chasing. So I'm losing it a little bit, but it's not too bad. So yeah, we've got some drifting in the game as well, which just adds to the whole action of everything, doesn't it? Oh wait, it's actually... looks like it's actually heading straight west. Turn velocity off. Also, let's check the probe optimization. So before the game would really lag if I had the probe camera on. It's still a bit laggy, to be honest. Not as bad, but still not great. Is Toyota's on a touchdown yet? Not yet. And then I asked it just to do some optimizations. Oh yes, there's some extra settings now. I asked it to do some optimizations. So render preset, it's on high fidelity right now. It's doing that annoying thing where it codes in new settings and then they end up right at the bottom of the screen. Shadow quality, yeah. Let's fix that then. We'll do a quick build again. Let's take a screenshot. So render preset and shadow quality were the ones which did that. Okay, sorry, this is going to be a little bit back and forth like on most streams. Shadow quality and renderer preset have the drop downs in the wrong place. It should be directly below the bar/box. Failed to paste image, no image on clipboard. Ah, that's annoying. Right, let me quickly screenshot it from the stream. Right, we can use a screenshot from the stream. Is it actually screenshotting anything? This is getting a bit annoying. Right, why is screenshots not working? Rectangle. Not available in the requested format. The clipboard is empty. Why is it doing this? Sorry, 1 second. And then my gallery. Copy. I don't know why it's being like this. The session gets weird sometimes. Bear with me 1 moment while I send it a path to the file. Alright, so it's viewed the image. Let's just let it fix that because that's going to be annoying. Just little things like that are a bit annoying. What about the skybox? I do actually want to improve like the post-processing and the lighting. It still needs some adjustment. Right, let's see what it's getting up to. Screen time confirms the bars themselves are aligned correctly. It's the So then we'll get back to chasing again. It did the exact same thing last time. Something for some reason when Codex adds a drop-down option, it places the drop-down box in just like a weird place on the screen. This is the second time that's happened. Hello, Poison. I can come down from the storms. The problem I have with that is that I did so the lightning is part of like a weather asset pack which I got, so I don't really have full control over how the lightning's rendered. I'd have to pretty much customize the asset myself. Or I could just ask Codex to write me a lightning script and see how that does. Well, after a bit of a slow start on this stream, but hopefully we'll get into the fun stuff soon. Come on, also got to change a bunch of YAML. Why is it taking so long? Like, it's literally just got to change text. It's not like it's got to change the code or anything. I could show, let's see if I can get logged in. Which account did I sign up with again? Yeah, while we're waiting for that, because it's taken a really long time for some reason. Uh, these are some of the storm shelter concepts it came up with. But that one just kind of looks like a storage container. The one I liked was this one. Can we export it? It's an FBX. Maybe add it to the town tiles, just as a static asset for now. Let's see, it is going to finish anytime this week. So let's call it Storm Shelter. Let's drag it into the project since everything wants to take its time. Okay, did it finish? Okay, hopefully that's fixed now. Let me import this. Where do I keep my models again? See, I'm not the best at keeping everything organized in here. What's export prefabs again? No, not that one. We do have the destructible objects one. Corn models, custom assemblies, easy roads. No, it's called scatter prefabs, I think it was called. Scatterer prefabs. Let's just stick it in there. Storm shelter. Right. What do we call again? Trailer park. Right. Let's take a look at the trailer park prefab. Let's just then just stick the shelter in here somewhere. Um. Okay, it's a little bit little. Yeah, I think we need to scale that up a little bit. Um. Is it art to scale? I forget which. Let's just unpack the prefab. Yeah, let's just scale it up a bit. See, how many triangles is this? And then let's see, here's the material. Um, we'll create, let's see, material. I literally just want to create a regular material. Is it under 2D for some reason? No. Oh, it's under rendering the material. Okay, let's call it a shelter mat. I think this might have too many polys in it. Let's have a look at the mesh. Okay, 830,000 triangles is a bit ridiculous. Mesh, simplify selected mesh. Select a game object. There we go. Tools, simplify selected mesh. So we got from 800,000 down to 415,000. Okay, so about half the number. Um, then we just need that material actually assigned to it. Right. Base map, I think, would be this one. Yeah, there we go. Metallic map will be this one. The normal map will be that one. And roughness, I think, is the... Oh, that doesn't look great. Right. Well, that's managed to make it look really crap. Normal map, if we set that to 0, 0.1. Now, everything looks rubbish with the normal map. Let's just remove that. I think it's because of the... No, I think I'm just going to leave this out for now. This is going to be something that's just going to take a lot of time. I don't think we'll have time to do it on the stream. Let's just undo those changes. And let's go file, build and run. And then let's do an actual chase. That's what people are here for. Sorry, laptop seems to be running really slow today. Yeah, that was AI generated. What I did is I give it a picture of the storm shelter from Twister, but then said use this to generate a above ground shelter. It does a decent job, not a great job. I've only got one AI generated asset, one AI generated 3D model in the game. So I couldn't use it for every asset in the game because it would obviously just look terrible. Then the next big feature I want to add is polarizing chemicals. So Uh, essentially, what it means is if you do like a reverse polarization, or it might do positive and negative. So positive means like it increases something, negative means it decreases something. So you can choose to either increase the wind speed and increase the size, or decrease the wind speed and decrease the size. It's up to you. So if you want to try and kill the tornado, like in Twisters, you can do that. Or if it's heading towards a town, you may want to weaken it then, or try and divert it somehow. And you have that option. Right, build complete. So it'll pop up in a second, and then I'll need to close it and run it using my dev shortcut. So we give that 1 second. There we go. So I'll just close it. Then launch it this way. Right, let's actually do some chasing now. Because sometimes you can, with the current chemical system, you feel like you get, top 3%. You can feel like you're losing control of the situation in the tornado. So at least it's a way of like, okay, things are getting too strong and out of control. Let's fix it. Let's put things in reverse and try and shrink this thing down so we can get better control. So let's look at settings. Does it actually fix these now? Yeah. So we could switch for like performance for the render preset. Oh, well, yeah, you can tell it's definitely ready for performance. Everything looks very basic. I don't even think it renders the supercell, so that's not great. What about balanced? Balanced doesn't do it either, so it'll just be the high fidelity one. Yeah, maybe we need to add, I think there's missing the renderer features. And then things like shadow quality high. What if I set it to low? Does it actually look any different? I don't notice any difference, do you? Yeah, I think the couplet's going to be here. I think we're already in a good position. Maybe we'll warn... we don't need to warn this town yet. It really depends which direction it's going. And I can get in and out of the vehicle much easier now. I think this is a high precipitation cell, just based on how dark everything's getting. I see, that's right, well, we're right next to the couplet. Trying to figure out which way it's moving. So that looks to be straight north. It's moving north. Okay, let's head north then. South. Yeah, driving towards the most ominous part of the storm. Oh yeah, there you can see the wall cloud now. Wall cloud's up there. Yeah, I had Codex run some optimizations as well. Just it turns out that this windshield asset was allocating a whole load of memory and doing like 6 additional render passes per frame. It had like blur and things like that, which were just completely unnecessary. So it's freed up some memory, freed up some GPU usage for things which weren't even being rendered. Yeah, I think it is going north. Let's try and get ahead of this thing. The game seems to be running pretty comfortably. For some reason the probe camera is still a bit laggy. Even at the 15 frames per second rendering speed. Let's get on the north side of the wall cloud. Like I say, on every stream, it's so much easier if you position yourself ahead of the tornado. It's starting to touch down now, so we can... Yeah, see, I was right, it is moving north. Should we try and off-road? Oh, there's a bunch of... There's a crumple of cows in the way. Oh, there's the dust cloud. Right, let's try and race it, and let's figure out which town... So we've got 2 strips of towns, some to our north-northeast and some to our north-northwest. I was just about to say, I think the ones to the north-northeast seem a bit more at risk, so let's try and get them all warned. Might as well drop a probe as soon as we get back on road. There it is. What does the tornado look like? Can't see anything except dust just now. I can hear it roaring away though behind us. Let's do a quick deploy. Whoops. And let's get these towns warned. That intensified quickly, but this was a top 3% chase, wasn't it? So I'm going to expect some amount of craziness. Let's just enable all the chemicals and then get an idea of what it is we're dealing with. See what it responds to. Wait, we need to take that right. You already see stuff getting thrown around by it. Oh, it's like made like a beeline for these towns. I'll purposely park the truck really close to the siren just to show how the issue's been fixed. Right. Oh, look at that, that's wedging out really quick. So let's try and do something silly like that, like going out my way. So you can sound siren. So you go here, it says residents warned, what do I do? Just walk a little bit further away and now you can go back in your truck. But actually, I'm just going to close the tailgate. We need to continue north. So we need to go that way. You'll definitely notice a difference going off-road as well. There'll be noticeably less grip now. Looks like this town here is about to get demolished. Look, we've given them a fair amount of warning. Not a great amount, but not nothing either. Oh, everybody's sheltered in this section now, so that's good. We've got another town just to our north here. I think I need to do quick recall and quick deploy. Just drive through. I need to remember to add the colliders back to them. I think we're going to get overtaken here. Quick deploy. You know, our truck is quite windproof. We need to race the tornado to this next town over here. Got a bunch of solar panels in the way. Right, this thing is right on our tail. You can hear it roaring. What is it? It's only a third of a mile away though. Moving 45 miles an hour though. Hopefully the chemicals slowed down a bit. Where's the dirt road? Oh, I'm gonna have to drive towards it slightly. That's not ideal. Oh, inside the debris field. People are getting injured. This is very close. Alright. Let's continue. I'm going to continue north just to escape this. It's going to pass to our east. Oh, there goes a cow. Poor thing. There go the wind turbines. We need to get these towns warned quickly as well. They're not going to get much warning. I think, let's quick recall, I think the probe's going to do more being in the bed of our truck than it is being deployed. Okay, we've won 3 towns here. Let's just watch this thing. We're on the shadow side of it. How are we doing on chemicals? Okay, we're about to have the first lot of chemicals released. I think we need to get a little bit closer. This is almost off the map already, so let's try and get some chemicals in it before it goes off the map. So that at least the next tornado will be a little bit stronger and a little bit slower than this one was. We should see some trees get uprooted. Oh wow, that responded really strongly to wind speed. Okay, plus 46%, so let's just step back. This was already an F5, so it's probably going to be already up to F6 strength. Path deviance. So it didn't respond much to ground speed, but okay, so if I remember rightly, it responded really strongly to wind, somewhat to size, and then not very much to path deviance. Oh, that's really getting rain wrapped. There'll be another precipitation related update in the future, like hail dealing damage. The costs have been on service. Oh yeah, I could maybe try and add some sort of wetness manager to it where it keeps track of how much precipitation's fallen in certain areas, so like you can get to a road where the storm's been and it'll still be wet with puddles. The assets I've got will allow me to do that. It's just a case of managing all the logic and implementing it. So that's possible. It's not really planned for now. but it is possible. Hail doing damage, yeah, I'll probably get that done in the next update or two. Right, so I think we just need to wait for that to die out, and we'll wait for the next one. I like how it's kind of got that bend to it. That reminds me of the Pampa, Texas tornado when it turned down. We get like halfway down to the ground and then it kind of curved down to the left. Hello, Sonny. You don't have to worry about being late. You never have to apologise for being late or missing a stream. I always love it when people can join and watch and join the chat, but don't feel an obligation to show up on time. This isn't like a lecture or like a lesson at school. Literally the whole point's just to have fun. So if you join midway through, that's fine. I'm just happy people can join. It's starting to lift up now. Right, obviously a bit more action on the next one. Because that pretty much started in the middle of the map and then just made a beeline for the edge. Yeah, I was talking about this on the last stream. This is just purling noise with some masking added to it. To get the proper looking cells that I had in like the 2023 version and what was used in Storm Chasers, you need to use what's called the Diamond Square algorithm. But I need to implement it on a GPU instead of a CPU, which I haven't done before. Which is a good exercise, to be honest, in GPU programming. I need to do that. You'll get far more variation in how the cells look, how the Doppler looks. Just do some exercise, do some Toto curls while we wait. That's 50 kilograms. Lift it up. Gotta do something to pass the time, because that's roping out now. Turn the lights off. Oh, is that just floating in the air? Somehow the main bit of it got destroyed in the wind, but not the actual blade, so they're just suspended in the air somehow. Let's drive over and take a look. How did that even happen? This is the first I've seen that happen. Was there any optimizations to the main game apart from the probe camera? I think the optimization was just to the probe camera. In this one, there's been even more optimizations. So the thing which renders raindrops on the windshield was also like allocating memory for like the windscreen wiper effects, and it was like doing, I think it was 6 render passes per frame. Now it's down to 2. It's cleared the memory like this. I just said codecs. I said look for just some easy wins and things that can be optimized, and it's implemented it. So yeah, all I can remember in terms of optimization was the probe camera. But yeah, I'm glad it's running better on your machine. Alright, let's start planning our chase again. Are there any colliders or anything here that we can still crash into? Just go do some off-road donuts while we wait. That winter, but I don't know. Somehow, oh wow, this one's intensely rain wrapped. Somehow the main bit, like the main support for it, got blown away by the tornado, but the actual turbine itself didn't. Maybe got impacted. What probably happened is it probably got impacted by some debris, but not by the wind. Okay, velocity. So whatever's going to happen, yeah, 2 hours south. Okay, there's a nice motorway here which takes us to the south. So I think we'll head east, drop south on this motorway, then we've got this road here. And then we can see which direction it's moving. Right, let me pay attention to what I'm doing here. Whatever's happening is inside that, was it a vaulted region? Forget the term. A nice visualization of the bear's cage there. A little bit of British weather. Yeah, it hasn't rained much at all. So there's actually strawberry picking today, and it started to rain, but where we were on the farm, the ground was just baked solid, and you could just tell, like, you just look at the grass, you can see the strawberries, everything needs rain. It started to rain, it was like a really light sprinkling in the air, like not even enough to wet the ground. So see if I can lose control here. Okay. Oh. Yeah. You can lose control on motorways a bit more, but I really had to go out of my way to create that slide. Yeah, it really hasn't rained in a while. It's like the opposite of British weather right now in the game. We've got precipitation everywhere in the game and nothing right now. I'm just looking out the window. A lot of clouds, there's a lot of humidity, but not a whole lot in terms of actual rainfall. Like, it's declared drought conditions over most of the country, or most of Europe by now, I think. Like, wildfires and stuff are going out of control. Which is my idea for the next game eventually. We're probably talking 10 years from now or something. If for whatever reason I stopped working on this, which I don't plan to, but if I was going to do another game in tandem with this, I'd want to make it a wildland firefighting game where you can choose your tools. So if you want, you go to the wooded areas with a chainsaw, cut down trees, stop the fire from crowning, pull out a Pulaski, cut some ditches. What other tools do they use? Well, firefighters got drip torches and things like that. It'd be better as like an online co-op multiplayer. Maybe even do it in real time, so you can revisit the same fire like several hours later and see how you're doing in containing it. The last heat wave you got hit by a supercell with a tiny weak tornado. Oh, cool. So whereabouts in the UK are you? If you don't mind saying, you don't have to give. You can give vague regions like southeast or northwest or whatever. I don't need city, house number, and postcode. I've only experienced one supercell. Whoa, that tornado came out of nowhere. Did anybody notice that? Wiltshire area. Okay, cool. Let me. Right. Let's have a look. How far is Wiltshire actually from me? Oh wow, quite a drive. Saying 5 hours and 45 minutes if I avoid traffic. Yeah, because with you being that far south, I guess you can get some good supercells either coming from the Channel, or they tend to survive moving over the Channel from France. Right. Okay. Is this a situation where we want to do an EAS alert? I'm going to go with yes. And we need to head west. It's still, we could just go into it. Well, it was for a few seconds. We're already getting F4 strength. Actually, so we're behind it, so this is where things get tricky. And remember, this is responding to the chemicals which have already been put down, so we've released one of each chemical. Wait, how much cash did I have there? Have I got $640,000? Why am I just sitting here not spending it? Off-road speed. Let's bump that up. Let's get the data rates up as well. Right, we need to get ahead of this, but it's so big it's blocking our path. It's already 0.6 of a mile wide. Oh, they're still not fully sheltered yet. Come on. Oh, they are. They're right. Okay, good. People are getting fully sheltered now. Right, let's head north a bit. Stuff's getting thrown around up there, but lots of lives saved, which is what we want to see. We have to drive away from it a little bit. Use this motorway if it hasn't already collapsed. Doppler upgrade time? Yeah, I didn't check, did I? Oh, the upgrades are expensive right now. Oh wait, I think part of this has collapsed. Let me just build up a lot of speed and see how far we can jump. Look, you see the debris flying into it. I don't know if the YouTube compression's killing it or hiding it, but there's a lot of debris flying into it just ahead of us there on the left side of the funnel. This thing is wide, 0.7 miles. That's not even a mile, and that's already like ridiculous. Right, please don't hunt right now. I've got a bit of an escape route. If it hunts, we can loop back on ourselves. I'm trying to figure out how to get ahead of this. Let's turn the tornado tracks off. We're going to have to go south. Let's go south to here, and then, right, that's our best option. So we're going to go west, then south, and then west again. This is a bit risky because if it hunts, we're very close. Look at that monster. Is Velocity Radar using the same simulation I showed a while back? No, that simulation was for like a vehicle mounted one, and it rendered just the tornado wind field, whereas this whoa, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing here. Right, maybe we can get ahead of it this way. Actually, let's go through these towns. What we've got right now is kind of more at the supercell level, like your general. So what I demoed a while back was what you get from like the Dow when you can do like the really closer. Unless we head south and try and off-road. It'd be like more what you get from the Dow, like really close up of like the tornado funnel, whereas what's simulated in the game right now is more at the supercell level, where you can get vague areas of rotation but nothing in detail at the tornado level. Right. Off-road's not too bad at 45 miles an hour. Okay, wind speed's increasing. This may be a tornado we don't need to do too much with chemicals to get it to be a fun chase. Zoom in a bit. Right, let's take this road. Right, let's try and get ahead of this. I didn't quite see what it's responding to there, but it's already a mile wide. So we want to take the next right after the forest. Wow, that looks like something from a movie. Oh, that was the right we wanted to take, wasn't it? Our path's kind of cut off. I think we'll go right and we'll cut through some of these towns. I think that's the best. And then there's some motorways we can take. We need to get ahead of this thing. That is insane. Oh, it's super wedging as well because, or mega wedging. Look, it's absorbed the wall cloud now. Right, so the plan is turn right through, go through this town, and we'll take these motorways, I think. Or maybe not, maybe we'll go south and then along this way. Right, Right, so we're going to take this next right through the town. This would be like the 90s documentary footage. Yeah, so we'll continue through, we'll turn left and then right, and then we'll try and deploy. See, we've probably created an F6, F7 at least by now. The other one responded a lot to, what was it, wind speed, whereas this one seems to be responding a lot more to pressure. Yeah, so we're somewhat ahead of it now. On the north-south axis we're ahead of it, we're not on the east-west, so let's get down to here. So we'll go through this town and then we'll turn right. There's still some remnants of the wall cloud left, but it's almost gone. Let's go through this town and then we'll take the next right. See if we can do a power slide. Oh yeah, some of the first ones. Yeah, well, I was learning some software. So what I was, it's like a whiteboard animation software. So I just decided to make some videos about some of the books I was reading at the time, which happened to be about finance. One of them was A Random Walk Down Wall Street. I'm trying to remember now. Oh, this is a nice road. This is going to get us into a good intercept position. How wide is it? That's still only a mile wide. Right, where do I think the intercept point's going to be? About here? Maybe after the motorway? What we'll do is we'll stop next to the motorway. Actually, maybe a bit closer. Let's stop to next to this dirt road, and we'll find hopefully some point of reference and see where we need to be for an intercept. No, actually, let's stop next to the motorway. We can see the ramp over there. Find some point of reference. Where the motorway meets that hill's pretty good. Yeah, I think this thing is so big, I don't think it matters if we're not super precise. Let's just lift this out, drop it down there, hope it doesn't hunt because we don't really have much of an escape route. We need to get away from that thing. If I can pull over somewhere safe, we can watch it from the probe point of view. I just need to get out of the wind field. Am I safe yet? Not quite. Well, that's a tornado. Whoa, so the tornado is twice the width it would have otherwise been. So is the probe in it? Yeah, it looks like the probe's inside. Oops. Probe camera's still quite laggy. So let's turn that off, we'll watch it move across the road. Okay, I'm starting to lose health now, so time to get in the truck. Just hope this thing doesn't hunt. It's filling the screen now. Fence is starting to go down. Let's just move a little bit further away. Right, I think this is a good candidate for a stream thumbnail. So, where's the mouse? Window, and we want that. Did it do it? There we go. Surprised I haven't got. Somehow I've managed to not get any F5 data from the probe. How is that? I'm just thinking, please don't hunt, please don't hunt, please don't hunt. Because all we've got is this road here, which will easily catch us on. We'd have to go off-road up here, but can't go this way because it'll just catch us. There's literally like no real option. I think the only option really be go off-road up here and just hope for the best. There's something in the funnel there. I think if we had the technology at the time, we totally would have got a PC game release of Twister when it came back. But considering it's 2026 and the technology can just about run the game now, it's about 30 years too late. But I reckon if this technology existed back then, we would have got something. What I'm going to do, drive closer to it and try and get the last few chemical samples put in, and then we've got an even stronger tornado for the next chase. They probably could have put something like this on a Nintendo 64, but it would have literally just had to have been like a cylinder or a cone with some really, really low res cloud-like texture put on it, maybe. Visually it would have been a terrible game. I just realised the cone doesn't respond to the wind as strongly. The grass is, but the cone isn't. I don't think that's something I needed to delay tonight's update over. Wow, something's got shredded again. More farm buildings and machinery. Wow, I probably shouldn't be outside too long. I still remember commenting on how... Okay, the exact thing I didn't want... Right, at least what I can do right now... how close are we to the next set of... Right, let's turn chemicals off. I don't need this thing getting wider. And stronger while it's chasing me. Right, we've got a bit more of a chance of escaping it this time. It's 1.1 miles wide, moving at 88. Whoa. 90? I didn't know it could move that fast. It's moving at 101 miles an hour. I didn't know they could move that fast. Right, we're going to have to do some upgrading as we go. So let's drive, analyze data. I'm going to have to upgrade my speed on a paved road while we go. We don't even have enough for that. Right, we're just going to have to go for it. How fast are we going? 101. How fast is it going? 97. I think it's getting us. I think it's getting. Come on, just go, 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 go. Come on, it's still on the ground. It's still ground. It's like I want to call out V1 rotate. Positive climb gear up. It's almost like flying a plane. Oh, it stopped hunting, which means we might get thrown out. We might be able to survive here. Maybe. If I stop tumbling. Reverse away. Let's avoid these big chunks of uh-oh, that's coming to finish us off. That was close. Right, let's just slow down a bit for that one, then now speed up and avoid the next one. We might actually somehow be able to survive this. Whoa, that was a car. Oh, here comes a Ninja Blade of Death. Right. There's a trailer. Right, let's just get out of this debris field. We're in a little bit of a risky location here. There's like spinning turbines and tractors and all sorts. Wait, I think I'm driving towards the tornado. Let's drive away from it. Which way do I need to head to be away from it? Kind of northwest. Yeah. My instinct was right, drive this direction. I don't know how we survived that. I think it's because the hunt was only like 1 minute long. If it was any longer than that, I think one more impact would have finished us off. It looks like we're going to be chasing this back across to the other side of the map again. It's a mile wide. Let's enable chemicals again. The probe's in the truck, isn't it? Fastest tornado in real life moved about 91. Is that the was that the satellite tornado that... Who was it? Skip Talbot videoed. I remember seeing something about that. Did some sort of photogrammetry video analysis and they were able to figure out it's the speed it was moving at. Right, I think we're going to have some towns to warn. Oh, this is quite... The road network's a lot more connected here. Let's go for another intercept. Let's just follow this around till we get to this road grid. There's not many towns in the way. There's one town way up there, which I don't think we'll have to worry about just now. Look at that. Just absolute beast. Yeah, because what would be fun now if I had the polarization feature added is we could say, okay, can we kill it before it reaches the town? Because as it gets weaker, you then need to get closer and closer and be more precise with the intercepts to weaken it. It's kind of like a negative feedback loop. Right, we're starting to get in the path now, so let's just be careful. Plan our intercept. Oh, so just let off the gas and then accelerate again. Okay, it's only responding a little bit to wind speed. Right, I think we can go for an intercept on this next right. I think we want to be somewhere near this overpass. Not because overpasses are a good place to be in a tornado, the exact opposite. It's because it looks like where the right flank of the funnel is actually going to end up. Somewhere around here. Let's do a manual deployment. Wind field's just under the point where it'll start to kill our health. And then let's go manually warn that town. Well, we'll have to because AS alert isn't an option now. So I think we'll take the next left, not this left. Take the second left just to keep our speed up. It's starting to get dark now. What's the time in the game? 20 past 4, but it's March, so yeah, that isn't that long before sunset. Then we're going to have some hills and dirt roads to navigate to get up to there. Oh, it's the Pilger one got slingshotted around. I need to rewatch that video, it's been a few years since I've seen it. Yeah, 91 miles an hour, that's going to be really difficult to outrun. Just driving like say 100 miles an hour in your average like family car, in dry, clear conditions, takes a lot of concentration, I'd imagine. So trying to do that with a tornado bearing down on you, probably closing in as well, and the state of the roads, you're going to have low visibility, poor traction, wind pushing you, so you're going to have poor directional control. Like at that point it would be a lot more dangerous being in the vehicle going that speed. See, our health's recovered now. Oh, was it Picos Hank? Was it him who did the video? Or was it Skip Talbot? Or did they both do videos about it? I feel like they've both done videos about that satellite tornado. Oh, so our probe's just starting to get hit now, so we're at F5 strength. Oh, just under F6 there. What did it max out there? 315? F4, it's going to be weak for a while because it's got the whole inside of the funnel. Actually, it might be about to get hit by a sub-vortex. I think there's a town there being hit. Or is it just a bunch of windmills and stuff? It's 1.2 miles wide now. Oh, I've done 9 chemical releases of each one as well. So we've modified this tornado quite a bit from what it would have otherwise been. Everybody's fully sheltered now as well. Yeah, the roads, that's part to do with how Easy Roads, the Easy Roads asset works, or doesn't work. Like, I placed the roads and they were flush with the mountain and they were nice. And then Easy Roads did some weird stuff and the roads like moved a bit, and then I had to try and hand fill in the gaps below it and it didn't work very well. I think I need to replace those roads with... I did buy a new road asset, but I'm not sure if it comes with dirt roads. I might have to create some custom ones. Oh yeah, I guess I'm not too far for Steam Deck certification and being able to say it's fully controller supported. In the like Steam admin panel, it does automatically tell you Steam Deck support. But I'm not sure for which build, because obviously they assume it's just one build of the game, where there's two builds here. So I'm not sure if it's actually talking about this version of the game or not. But yeah, it said something like partial, like it's playable on Steam Deck, but it's not like fully supported. I think once the sun fully sets and we can't see this anymore, I think it'll be time for me to end the stream. Because chasing at nighttime is intense, but it's not a whole lot for people to look at. And then I want to try and have an early night as well. Okay, the probe's just about to hit the outer edge of the funnel now. If it's gonna beat F5 strength, it'll be right around now. I think at this point, let's stop releasing chemicals and just gather data, and then hopefully make a lot of money, buy some upgrades. So F4. F5, oh, F6. Was briefly F6 for a moment there. F7. $412 miles an hour, F7. F6, F7, F6, F7. We still get data for this, right? Yeah, it just goes into the F5 category. F6. Yeah, so I think we've created an F7 tornado here, which I think is fair. I think we can manage that. When I created the F26 on the stream, that was completely uncontrollable. Right, let's see if we can actually see what the tornado's doing now. Yeah, let's continue heading east a bit and get out of the way of this thing. So what time's sunset in March in Iowa? About 6 PM. Just about make out the outlines. Big horizontal vortex coming off there. Horizontal vortex stretching for miles in this case. lose money in rescue score if you die? I'll have to think about that. How it affects the game balance as well. I think right now it's a bit too easy to level up the rescue score. I think I may need to add like bigger jumps between levels in terms of how many points you need. Because I pretty much leveled up from like bachelor's to PhD in like a single stream, and then like it took like 2 streams after that to get to be professor. Especially now that we've got the EAS option. We've got the moon right in front of us. So I turn the headlights off. There's not much of the tornado visible now. Let's have that big power flash. So yeah, let's do an analysis now. So I'm not going to get any more data at this point. Is that 1.6 million? That's not bad at all. Probe upgrades. Or truck upgrades. I think some faster driving would be nice. Pave road. Engine power. And aerodynamic coating are all good. Dirt road as well. Let's see if we've got any money left over for probe upgrades. 2-point sample. Anything which increases sampling rate is a massive return on investment. And then if we've got anything left over for the radar, unfortunately, no, not right now. Yeah, almost can't see it now. See, I do want to see a power flash. Let's hide the hood. Bit of one there, I think it was on the other side of the funnel. Come on, let's get one good power flash, and then I think it's time to... There we go. Then it's going to be time to wrap up the stream. So yeah, I'm going to wrap up now so that I can actually push this update. Thank you everybody for joining. I'll be doing another stream again soon. Hope you all have a brilliant day wherever you are in the world, and keep your eye out for the update. It'll be dropping in the next 10 minutes or so. I'm going to sign out now.